Welcome to the Savage Nation. I have some news that I cannot share with you. I took the day off to work with my attorneys, both local and in Britain, and it's reaching a point that this story is as big as the Dreyfus affair, only you don't know it yet. I cannot disclose at this time, not yet, what we found through discovery, but I have discovered, my attorneys through the Freedom of Information Act 2000, has discovered things about my being banned in England that should put a chill through your heart. It doesn't matter what your political orientation is. We're dealing with a very dangerous situation. I cannot disclose it, as I say to you, for obvious reasons, not right now. I wish I could. I thought I was going to do it until 8 minutes ago when I was asked, please hold off. Just hold off for a few days now. But what we have discovered through discovery will put a chill through every fair-minded American. What's even more shocking is that I believe we have discovered that there are other talk show hosts on the ban list, only they don't know it. That's correct. Let me repeat that. And I hope that Rush Limbaugh, Sean Hannity, Bill O'Reilly, and the hemorrhoid with ears listens very carefully. You may be on the banned list in England, but you don't know it. And woe be you if it turns out that you did not come to my aid because you don't have the decency, you don't have the brains, you don't have the genius to understand that by defending me, you were defending yourself. I try to tell you that it would be about others than me. We don't know who they are, but we're going to find out, we think, who they are. But I can just tell you right now, without disclosing anything more, one of the emails found in the discovery process indicates that there are others on the list who are in the talk radio business. And I'll let you know more about it in the next few days. It's going to set off a shockwave through the British government, through the American government, and through the American media. All of the spineless vermin in the American media who did nothing. Ask yourself why not one Republican congressman, not one Republican senator has lifted a quill to get my name off that list in the United Kingdom. They are our representatives. They are U.S. senators and U.S. congressmen. Where is Rohrabacher? Where is Jeff Sessions? Where is DeMint? Where are the people who claim to be so-called Republicans who represent supposedly an opposition to the Obama neo-Marxism? Why have they not lifted a finger to help me? Ask yourself that question. And while you're doing so, I'll be right back. Now, many of you are following this case with very great interest for obvious reasons, because there's a lot more at stake than just one egomaniacal talk show host. You understand that. You understand that there's more at stake than Michael Savage. But what you don't understand is I just got information today that I was told 10 minutes ago, please, they're begging me, do not disclose what you have in your hand. I was going to do it. I was going to go on the air with the discovery process that finally came out. But for reasons that I can't disclose to you right now, but I will disclose to you within a few days, you're going to understand how big this case really is. It is as big as the Dreyfus affair. I believe that I can say with all honesty that other American talk show hosts are on the ban list, only they don't know it, and they were not named for reasons which I will disclose by next Monday, let's say. And if it turns out that they are on the list, what is that going to say about Limbaugh, Hannity, and the others who would not come to my aid? But let's go back to the U.S. Congress. They came to the aid of Ramos and Campion, who were unfairly accused of this and that, and they put him in jail. I'm not in jail. I'm not on Devil's Island, but I'm in exile. I'm in a sort of limbo. I'm in exile here. They put me in limbo. They put me in exile. They put me in danger. Why is Congress not helping me? Where is the RNC? Where is Mr. Steele? Where is Mr. Rohrabacher? Where are all of these people who want your votes? They're nowhere to be found. Houston, Texas. Jacob, you're on the Savage Nation.
Hey, Michael. I just think it's disgraceful. Like these news media people, Bill O'Reilly, Sean Hannity, seem like great people. Why aren't they mentioning you? I mean, it just makes them look like an idiot. It's the biggest story in a decade, and nobody has ever mentioned your name, and it just makes me so mad.
Well, there's a few reasons. I'm a competitor to them in the same business that they are in. So it'd be like Avis not mentioning Hertz or whatever. I understand that from a purely commercial point of view. I totally understand it. Also, I have called them names over the years because they are deserving of being called names. But putting that aside, putting both of those points aside, this is a news story. This is bigger news than having a chef on or a teenager with diabetes on Fox News. This is bigger than having some slut from Hollywood on Fox News making believe she's telling the news. It's a news story. It's a nation that banned a man in the media. This goes beyond the man. It becomes, why would a nation ban anybody in the American media? Where's the American media?
It just makes me sick, and yet still nobody mentions it. It's just insanity. I mean,
well, I mention it, and I'm going to mention it until my name is off the list, and then I'm going to go to the next step. Okay, thank you. It may turn out that they're going to have to mention it very soon for their own self-interest. If it is disclosed that they are also on this list, which I at this time have reason to believe some of them are. I have reason to believe. I didn't say I know for sure. We're going to try to find that out. If it turns out that they, too, are on the list of banned individuals in England, how will that make them look is the question. Don't call me on it. I know what it's going to do. But where is the Republican Party? Are they not our representatives? Do they not represent the American people, or do they represent the Republican Party? I think that's pretty clear, that they represent the Republican Party, not the American people. Just as the Democrat Party represents Democrat interests, not the interests of the American people. Well, I thought on Monday I was going to tell you that, thank God, because of the contributions to the Savage Defense Fund, we're good, we're clear, we're out. You want to do something, go on to michaelsavage.com and take a look at the Savage Defense Fund and send $10, because I just found out that this is going to get much more expensive rather than much less expensive. I'm going to fight them in court, and I'm going to fight them in the court of public opinion. So if you want to make a contribution, I think this is the time to do it.
Absolutely.
Okay, that's all I can say, and I hate asking for money. I hate it. I just hate it. You have no idea how much I hate it. And, you know, all this stuff costs. You spend the whole day talking to 4 lawyers, run the hours, run the hourly rates. You understand it has to be done. They're doing their job. They have waited 3 months to get the Freedom of Information out of England. My lawyers in England, it took them 3 months to get an answer. And we have it now, page after page after page. I think there's something like 40 some odd pages that were released to my attorneys, and I have a summary in my hand which I thought I was going to disclose to you. I cannot. They finally got it. They finally got it, and you're not going to believe it, but I think that we have the evidence here that there are other talk show hosts on this list, but we're not sure yet. We're going to try to get, if there are other U.S. broadcasters who have been excluded from the U.K., we're going to try and get their names. So I have to pay for that. They're not paying for it. Support the Savage Legal Fund, Michael Savage Legal Fund, 111 Pacific Avenue, Box 135, San Fran 94111. Savage Legal Fund, 110 Pacific Ave, Box 135, San Fran 94111. And I can assure you, every dollar helps protect not only free speech, but a much bigger principle. I can assure you of that. So here we are. Texas. Randy, you're on the Savage Nation. Go ahead, please.
Dr. Savage, it's an honor. I just want to ask you that have you considered making some provision that if something should, per se, an accident happen, this information is properly disseminated to the public, because you've done a great service to all of America and all of free speech.
Well, I don't even have the information. All of it's in my lawyer's hands, and there's 3 in England or 5 in England and 2 here who have it. I can guarantee you it's out of my hands at this point.
Okay. I think that would be something that would be very important to make sure that if, God forbid...
You mean you want to know what's in the Freedom of Information packet that we got out of the English government, is what you're saying, right?
Yes. Should some accident or whatever...
No, I understand. I don't intend to go jogging in Marcy Park.
Yeah, exactly.
No, I don't jog in Marcy Park, if that's what you mean.
Wise move, sir. But
Thank you. No, I hear you. I'm very cognizant of the wonderful people in the U.S. and British governments. I'm very cognizant of how they treat citizens who are more loyal than they are. I understand that.